Good afternoon, my awesome circle. I'm coming to you a little bit earlier than normal on Saturday. It's approximately 1:09, 1:10 p.m. On Saturday early afternoon. And I have a couple of things. I certainly won't be with you very long today. I think we might be on for 15 minutes, if that. But it's a beautiful day. It's very enjoyable. I'm sitting next to a pond and just enjoying nature, enjoying the sun, getting grounded. And so today is a 9-day. And for those of you who are interested in how you calculate which numerology digit the day is governing, basically you count up all the digits and you reduce them down to the lowest term, and that's how you come up with 9. So for today it will be October 30th, 2021. So you have 10, then you have 30, that's 1 and 3, that's 4, and then you have 20 and 21, that's 2, 2 and 1, that's 5. So 4 and 5 are 9. So it's a 9-day, and 9 is a day of, it shows the end of a cycle. So 9 is a day that you would reflect on what the cycle has entailed, what you've learned, what has come to an end. Reflect on what has come to an end, what have you experienced, and what is now coming to an end. What did you learn from that? Another way to look at 9 in terms of whether or not it's your life path number, 9 is associated with being a humanitarian, someone who is altruistic, who feels a certain amount of abundance naturally, so they want to give of themselves. It is also associated with a lot of trial and a lot of difficulty during your childhood. Typically, that is in the form of having a very tense and challenging relationship with your parent, one or more of your parents, and that type of trauma does impact and inform your life in a way that causes you to be either a little bit more understanding and empathetic towards other people, or you may be bitter and you may not in this life get over that and get healed from that. So 9 is a very big number in that it also, from what I'm able to discern and what I've seen, it also signifies the wave aspect or characteristic of the quantum field, where things are naturally in flux, and that anything is possible. Whatever you focus on, whatever you observe, becomes particle, becomes reality, and it is infused with your power and your energy, and you can bring it, you can manifest it if you focus on it. So 9 kind of symbolizes the quantum field and the wave feature of the quantum. And remember that you have a lot of power, so whatever you focus on, whatever you are thinking about, whatever you focus on, you can bring that into your reality. So 9 is very, very potent, but very important to focus on the end of the cycle, which it signifies in what you've learned. So I want to talk a little bit about the importance of harnessing the lessons of the past several months. Over the past several months, many of us have been becoming a new person, have been becoming someone new. There are lots of lessons that we've been through that have allowed us to become refined and to make some different choices about the patterns that make up our lives. Our lives consist of a number of patterns that signify who we are as people, as individuals, as energies. And all we are, you break us down to our least common denominator, and we are each an amalgamation of certain unique patterns that we have embodied, and our lives just repeat those patterns like a fractal. You take a small pattern, and then over time, as it repeats itself, your life unfolds a particular way. Those of you who understand physics, quantum physics, mechanical physics, you maybe have heard of the Mandelbrot set. And basically what it shows is how a fractal unfolds in a very predictable way over time. And each of our lives is a fractal that unfolds in a very predictable way. And so based on what you've learned and based on the person that you are becoming and have decided you're going to be, whether consciously or not, that fractal is going to propagate and unfold in your life. And these are the best times to make those adjustments, to catch yourself as you fall back on some of the old patterns that you've decided no longer reflect you. Catch yourself so that you make those adjustments, so that you continue to be that person that you want to be. So the small adjustments, there's a hummingbird. Every time I see a hummingbird, I know I'm vibrating at a high level and I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's just one of my indications that I'm on the right track. So thank you, universe. I'm going to share with you a story, be a little vulnerable today. So I was at the gas station, and this is just an example of how you make small adjustments. I was at the gas station and filling up my car, and someone, a young man, probably in his early 20s, I saw him in my peripheral vision coming up to me, and I know that he was going to ask me for some money. And, I didn't have any cash on me. So as he came up behind me, I was very wary and I was aware of him. And he said, "Hey, sir, can you spare some cash?" And I did not respond right away. I heard him, but I didn't respond right away. Because I knew I didn't have any cash, so I didn't want to waste his time by starting a conversation with him, and I knew I couldn't help him at that time. But anyway, he walked away, and then he came back when I was facing that direction. He said, "Hey, I came earlier, but you were ignoring me, so I thought I'd come back." And a part of me was like, I wasn't ignoring you. I saw you. I didn't want to respond. But the truth is that I was ignoring him. I mean, it was the truth. I was ignoring him because I knew I didn't have cash on me. And so while that seems like something really, really small, and we did have a quick conversation, I said, "Hey, I wasn't really ignoring you. I didn't have the cash, and so I didn't want to start a conversation and then waste your time." He's like, "Well, anyway, thanks for talking to me." I'm like, "Well, good luck with everything. Wishing you well. I don't have any cash on me." But, as I got in my car and I was driving away, I thought, in the future, if that should happen to me, I would want to be more authentic. And some of you may think, "Well, you didn't do anything wrong." I know I didn't do anything wrong, but I want to be better. I want to always conduct myself in a way that reflects who I really am. And what I would really want to do in that situation is, if someone was approaching me, I wouldn't want to look at them askance or turn the other way and pretend I didn't see them. I wouldn't want to ignore them. I would want to look at them head on, and as they're coming towards me, I would want to be ready and prepared to have a conversation with them and just let things unfold as they may. And so in the future, if someone would come to me that way, I would just say, "Hi, how's it going?" And if he were to ask me, I would say, "Hey, no, I don't have it, but I'm wishing you well. I'll send light your way. But yeah, I don't have cash on me today." And while that is a very small adjustment, I think it's the very small adjustments that have to do with your character that can completely change the trajectory of your life over a period of time. When you consistently make those very small adjustments, you are changing the trajectory of your life, because you're changing the pattern on how you're going to respond to people and things and situations. And it is what you think and what you say and how you respond that determines who you really are. Okay? And it's your actions that determine who you are as a person. So my question to you is, who have you become that is different from the person you were 6 months ago? And sometimes the changes are incremental. Sometimes they're very small adjustments that you've made. And I want to challenge you to catch yourself so that those little small adjustments that you've made, that you make sure that you consistently walk in those adjustments. You consistently embody those small adjustments, because it's not about completely going into, as Clark Kent into the phone booth and coming out as Superman. It's not necessarily about making this big change, this transmogrification. It's just about making these small, meaningful, incremental changes that can, when you put them all together and you apply them consistently and you become them and embody them consistently, it completely changes your outlook, completely changes your trajectory. So keep that in mind as you are deciding to become the new person that you have unfolded into over the past 6 months, because we have all changed. We have all made some big changes, and it makes so much sense and is so timely. Today is actually Halloween, as I think about it, and people are going to be buying costumes, and they're going to be going to costume parties, or they're going to be taking their kids trick-or-treating. And what I would do is I would challenge you to put on that costume, that new costume that reflects who you are really, the person, that costume that really reflects the new you. And don't be afraid to give people a real true idea of who you are authentically. Who is the real Ernest? Who is the real Malcolm? Who's the real Sharon? Who's the real Mike? Whoever you are, put on the costume that reflects who you really have become, and let that be your Halloween costume that you don't ever have to take off, or at least you won't take off until it's time for you to evolve and ascend into that higher aspect of yourself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure that the person that I've decided that I am, that I'm wearing him. I am wearing that person. I'm not hiding him. I am authentically being the person that I've decided I really want to be, and really doing it without much care about what other people think, because I know that I am reflecting who I am in my highest vibration. And you should do the same thing. Let this Halloween be one that is marked by you wearing the costume that reflects who you really are, and in your authenticity. And when someone approaches you, when situations present themselves, and when questions present themselves, catch yourself so that you respond with authenticity, that you respond as the new person that you've become, and without falling into an old pattern. And guess what? Sometimes you're going to fall into an old pattern because that old pattern is so worn and so tried, and so you've done it for so long that it's just a muscular reaction. It's just a knee-jerk reaction to fall back into an expired pattern. But catch yourself, whether it be in the middle of it or if it be right after the situation. Vow to yourself that you will be that person that you have become authentically. And so that's what I'm going to leave you with on today, which is October 30th, Halloween. Put on that costume that reflects who you are authentically, and wear it with pride. Wear it knowing that the new you is new and improved, and it is going to be better for you and for those that you come in contact with, because they're going to be coming in contact with the part of you, the aspect of you that has learned so many lessons over the past 6 months. And so that today we commemorate the number 9 because it is marking the end of a cycle. And so how appropriate it is, how apropos that today is a 9 day and it's the end of a cycle, and we get to emerge from the old shell the old person that we are, and we get to put on this fresh new costume that reflects who we are now and who we're going to be for the foreseeable future. So that is all I have for you today, and I hope it is something that will resonate with you. I hope that is something that you can reflect on and recalibrate and reinvent yourself as a result. You take care, enjoy this day, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.